आपके पास भी रिकॉर्ड होगी, यूट्यूब पे जाएगी. So okay, use suitable database package, import the file J9 sales. So first of all you need to locate the file. Okay, sorry, okay, I am going slow. Exactly. Okay, right. Okay, assign the following data types. So first of all, we'll just open up Access. Please don't try to directly open the file. Don't do that. Some of the students, what they were trying to do was they were opening the file. Don't do it. We don't. No, we don't do it. I'm just saying don't do it. In databases, you don't directly open up the files. You need to go through an import process. This is why we did that. Okay. So I was just telling you not to do it. Definitely, it's not a spreadsheet program or a word processor. It's a database program. Okay. Anyway, we'll come to external. We'll come into import, and I told you we can import txt, rtf, and csv file through text, right? So I'll browse to the location. Okay. Here you go. Where are my documents? Yes. Here you go. It was 2009, right? And we were supposed to open up J9 sales, right? Okay, open. Right. Now I'll go slow. Okay. If you have any problem, any confusion, discuss today. Okay. Delimited, we will not do anything over here. We have to leave it in a delimited format. Right. Next, over here it will ask you, do you want the first row containing the field names to be separated from the records? I don't think so. Anyone has a problem? Yes. Okay. Fine. Next. Now what we have to do is when you come to next, then you will go to advanced and you will change the data types. We have to see in the question paper, they have told us that the following data types should be used. So text, date, text, right? Text, date, text. But date is in which format we have to see, right? No, it's DMY in the actual file. And then what we have is,
So how do we know?
you open up the CSV file and just have a look over there. This format name, the file that you're importing. Look at the original source, the generic file. उधर देखो, ठीक है? उसके accordingly you have to follow, right? Okay. Then we have integer. Week is integer, and then we have currency, integer, and Boolean logical, right? So currency, integer, Boolean logical. Currency, integer, and Boolean logic, which is yes, no. Any problem? Sure. Okay. Okay. Next, we don't need a primary key, right? And we finish. Okay. Hopefully there is no error. If there was an error, it would probably be because of date. No, like I told you, primary key has three names: primary key, unique key, and key field. It simply means one of the field which is unique in the entire table. Okay, for example, your roll number, for example, your ISJ number, for example, your NIC number. It will be unique for a person or for an item. Okay, so that we can easily search that particular item or person or whatever for searching purpose, basically, to uniquely identify a record. Okay, na? So, but we don't have primary keys in our syllabus because primary keys ka next stage hota hai to create relationships, and we don't do that. Okay, so we won't do it. Right. Next, what we have to do is we have to go to tour and we need to change this into yes, no. Okay, how do you do it? Keep this in mind. Yes, exactly. When you click on tour, you will see at the top table tools. Do you see that? Yes, you do. You click on this and you will change the format into either of these. Okay. Yes. बिल्कुल वहाँ से भी कर सकते हो, बिल्कुल. मगर I would prefer you doing it from here. It's fine. Okay. नहीं वहाँ से भी चीज़ है मगर.
कि आप शो करो तो वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी हो जाते हैं ना, चीजेस मिल जाते हैं.
जी बेटा. Yes.
और सर अगर हम डिजाइनिंग में जाके पहले जैसे बुलियन और वो इंटीजर वाला के बाद डिजाइनिंग में कर सकते हैं.
Look, hold on. This is why I am doing it over here, because I don't want you to get a habit of changing the data types at the back end. Back end, the only thing you have to do is change the decimal places, nothing else. For example, the currency was supposed to be 2 decimal places. Yes, this I agree. This we can do and we should do at the back end, which means it should be 2 decimal places. Are you following me? But apart from this, I don't want you to temper anything over here, not at all. Once you've imported data, once you have the records, you are not changing anything. Keep that in mind. Okay, you will have data integrity issues which will basically spoil your data. So we don't want that. Is it clear? So you need to take a print screen of this, and you need to place this in your evidence document, which might be provided to you or which might not be. जो भी case होगा, you will number your evidences. Screen dumps. Okay, screen dump showing data types and field names used in the table imported as J9 sales or CSV. Is it fine? So no. Here we go. I would prefer to crop the portion out. I don't want this. Okay. Picture tools. Okay, sorry. Click on the image. You'll see the picture tools again, and from here you crop only the specific portion out. Again, देखो, it does not make much difference if you even give the entire screenshot. ठीक है. मगर like I told you, you need to facilitate the examiner in such a way कि आपको पता है कि this point or this area of the screenshot is important, the rest is not. So you should know what you're doing, right? Is it fine? Yeah. Okay, right. Next, we come back. Yes. We need to enter some data. Okay, now let's see what the question says. Ensure that you use these field names. You may add another field as a primary key if your software requires. No, we won't do that. Okay, we will not do so. Save a screenshot showing the field names and data type used. Print a copy of this screenshot. Make sure your names and number are present. Right. By the way, it would be much better that if you use an MS Word document, you put your name, candidate number in the header. Okay, your name, your center number, and your candidate number. Is it fine? So the advantage will be it will appear on all the pages that you keep on adding. Okay, there won't be any mistake, because if manually type within the page, within the body, you have to repeat it again and again. If you type in the header or the footer, even if you forget, it will be there. And by the way, you know, if your name is not present in the printout, it will not be accepted. Okay, and there might be a problem. Yes, there is. Sometimes even the result does not come because they ask for an inquiry. Okay, why do we have a printout of a student where there is no name? This means probably the student was trying to do some cheating exactly. So don't do it. What issue create hota hai iska? Seriously, there have been cases everywhere. So try to avoid it. I am not going to add this right now. It will take time, but I'm sure you know how to add this. Be sure that whenever you add this, you have it exactly in the same format. Any problem with that? No. Save the data. Now we need to produce a report. Achha, isme, listen to this point. Yes, we do need to produce a report, but the report can only be produced if you make a query. That's what the concept says. What are we trying to do? We are trying to learn SQL. Through SQL, which will be implemented in the backend of the query, we will filter out a table and save that table as a query, and will produce a report, which means a report is a printable version of the query. Agree with me? I mean, I will not take directly printout of the table. Will I do that? No. I cannot add a header, a footer. I cannot do certain calculations in the footer in a table. I need to export it into a report to do all this, to add probably a logo at the top, things like that. Do you agree with me? Sure? Okay. So, produce a report which has a page orientation of portrait, fits on a single page wide. This will be done once we export our query into a report, but we are not going to do this right away. First, then we'll start with this point. This is the third point is for the query. I'm not saying this will always be the case. Probably it will start with the first point for the query. I don't know, but you need to practice and you get used to it. And it's simple English which says so. Okay, so I'll go back to Access. I'll close this, create, query design, and add the table, right? Any problem? Okay, right. I will add all the fields by double clicking, okay, and click drag drop, right? Should I continue? Okay. Now, a brief repetition of what we did last time. The first row shows the field names. The second row shows from which table are the field names coming from. The third row shows your ascending descending order. The fourth one shows do you want to show that field or not. And the fourth one shows the criteria. I would always prefer you adding the criteria in one line, not in multiple lines. Okay? Because when you apply multiple criteria in more than one field, if you put one criteria over here, you have to put the other criteria over here. If you put it over here, it will be dealt differently and your result will be different. Are you following me? So always try to put criteria in one line, not in multiple lines. Is it okay? Okay? Your results will differ. We will do some papers, probably 2004 May, there was a paper in which they discussed this point. We will do that afterwards. Okay. Runtime calculation. This is the runtime mode. You can see over here. Runtime mode nahi hai. If you run this, I can exactly see the table, right? The first thing I'll do is I'll save the query. I'll save the query as query 1. Leave it the default name. Hold on.
We have to do something.
Sorry?
We have to do some alteration.
No, not alteration. I would always prefer you using the query includes the heading, right? The heading जो होती है ना उसी नाम save कर दिया करो. I have not done it. It's okay. It doesn't make a difference. We can do it afterwards. So next time, whenever you have to save the query, always save the query as the heading name. Okay, I've done it. I will not do it again. Okay, so contains a new field called income. This field calculates price multiplied by number, which means you have two fields, price and number. At runtime, you want a new field to be created that multiplies price with the number. Is it okay? Now, if I click over here, it gives me expression 1. It's a default expression which Access gives you to change it afterwards. This will be changed into income. So, did you get the point? At runtime, I have created a new field which is basically doing what? Multiplying two different columns or fields together. Advantage, it's not actually happening in your original table. It's happening in the query. This new field, do you think so this field is present in the table? No, it's not in the table. It's now only in the query. So you can keep on adding new fields in the query at runtime. One more advantage of using queries, right? You don't actually lose your original data in the main table. Big advantage. Okay, this step done. Has the income field formatted as currency, 2 decimal places, right? Okay, I will upload this lecture on my website today or tomorrow. Okay, every time you solve a paper, I will upload it. It will be the best way to do it, right? Okay, we need to change this into currency with 2, but it's working. If it doesn't work at times, what will you do? It's working fine. You will right click, you'll go to the properties, and over here you'll change the format into currency, and you'll change the decimal places into 2. It's working right now, good. At times it might not, due to some other reason. So you should know how to do it. Is it okay? Any problem? Am I going fast? Yes?
No.
Okay. You can view the video in the slow motion. Okay? I'm explaining. There's an option available. Okay. Done? Next what we have is show only the records where the week is 37. Yes. So, do you agree? I'll type only 37 over here. No, I don't have to type is equal to. No. Not here in the report. Not here in the report. We have to. Is equal to is only used for functions. It didn't go off, really? That's amazing. Only for functions. याद रखना बेटा. And functions we can use in Access as well. मगर यहाँ मैं function नहीं use कर रहा. Okay? Otherwise जरूरत नहीं होती. Okay, 37 gives you 37. The only point I want to talk about over here is some students keep on doing star 37 star. No, 37 is an individual number appearing up. 37 is 37. 37 does not have a space before or a space afterwards or any character before and after. So when you have to find individual records, you can type them as it is. You don't need to type star. Result आपका सही आएगा. मगर you know what? You are just showing the examiner कि you're not sure about it. Okay? So always try to do exactly what the requirements say. Any problem with this point? Sure, good. Okay. Show only the field staff, date, booking. The best way is staff, date, booking, week नहीं चाहिए, price चाहिए. Yes. Then we need number and income. So number, we don't need tour, and income. Now the question is, I have applied the criteria in week, and they're asking us not to show the week. Does it make a difference? It does not. Okay, the number of records remain the same. You should not worry about that. Criteria apply हो रहा है. By unchecking this, it means making it invisible. That's it. Okay, it's there at the back end, but you just can't see it.
How will they know?
No, because they're only asking you to show these fields. Uncheck the rest. Right? My point was कि इस पे criteria लगा के why are we unchecking it? So it's fine. It doesn't make a difference.
तो उनको कैसे पता चलेगा कि हमने किया?
Records, the number of records appear होंगे, they will know it. If you apply any wrong criteria, your records will differ, which means something is wrong. Okay. Show this data in full names in full. We will talk about this when we export this into report. You know what? I would tell you a very good way of doing all this. Always try to label them. यहाँ report लिख दिया करो और R and Q. इसके आगे R लिख दो, इसके आगे R लिख दो. Wherever you feel this point has to be done in the report, right in front of it. क्योंकि at the end, when once you're going to take a printout, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि ये points मैंने report में check करने थे. So they're just trying to confuse you. Are you following me? Like this point was for report, this point was for report, this was for report, and the last 2 points were for report.
So what's the difference between a report and a field?
Let me just do it in one. Okay, let me just do it. Okay. Okay. Sort the data into ascending order of date. So date को हमने करना है ascending order. Any problem? No. And includes the heading this at the top of the page. So after this, I will convert this into a report. Then I will do the last 2 points. Can I do it now? So I'll run this. I've saved this. I'll go to create. And you see report over here. I will directly click on this. It will create me a report. Yes. Right? यार है ना, create. Just go to report and make sure you are in the layout view. क्यों? इसमें you can make the adjustments right over here. And here you go, your report is done. Right? ठीक है? और heading भी आ गई हमारी. अब now let's check the points. A page orientation of portrait है. Fits on a single page wide. Yes. 6 on a single page wide. Wide आ रहा है ना? It's not exceeding the line. If it's exceeding the line, I need to reduce it. ये भी हो गया?
So which line?
हाँ, dotted line. That means कि वो boundary है page की. It should not exceed it. अगर वो exceed करेगा, next page पे चला जाएगा. ये report है. This is a report. It's a printable version of the table. Of the query, sorry. You're right, query. Okay, next. Shows this data in the full names in full. Full आ रहे हैं ना? Cut भी नहीं हो रहा कोई. Full आ रहे हैं. हो गया point. हो गया. Includes heading डाल दी. Now let's do these points. Now calculates the total value of income. Better सुन लो. This is important point. This is important. Calculates the total value of income field and displays this at the end of the report under the income fields. Format as currency. वो ये कह रहे हैं कि जो income field है ना, इसके very bottom पे जाके वो खुद ही आ रहा है. मगर I'll tell you if it doesn't come. This should come और इससे पहले लिखा है income. Okay. Calculate total value at the end. We will yes आगे लिख रहे हैं has the label total income. So we will add total income before this. But the point is, again, it's appearing on its own. It might not. Let's learn how to do it. All I did was बेटा सुनो मैं वही कह रहा हूँ ना. I'm doing it. Just listen. I will come to the design view. Any problem? Now let's talk about this. ये आपका header है. This is your report footer. This is your page footer. If you want to include labels, this is label. AA, this is a label. Label is used please try to sort out this confusion today. It's very important. This is a label and this is text box. Labels are static, text box are dynamic. Yes, it's very, very important. Labels are static and text box are dynamic. Labels will be used in the page footer. Labels will be used in the page footer to display static text. For example, the name, center number, and whatever. Right? Text boxes. Text boxes are dynamic. What do I mean by that? I'll just show you. And text boxes are to be used either in the report footer or in the report header. Text boxes are to be used in the report header. या report हो सकता है आपको कि total value header में display हो, but it will work. Text boxes are to be used in the report header or in the report footer or in the detail. I'm sorry, or in the detail as well. Text box can be used in 3 places: report footer, report header or the detail. बस इसके अलावा text box कहीं और नहीं use होगा. Is it okay? Okay. By the way, we can increase the space to add it over here. ना? We can do that. Label सिर्फ एक static text है. देखो, if I run this, you will see that static text आ रहा है इधर. ठीक है? Let me talk about text box in much more detail. फिर आपको समझ आएगी what am I saying. देखो, let me just get rid of this. I want to calculate the total. The total of income should be displayed at the bottom. और साथ लिखा है total income. That's what the question says. Okay. I will use a text box since it's dynamic. मैं भी explain करूँगा क्या मतलब है dynamic का. What I want to do is, I need to calculate the sum. Since it's a function, we will use brackets. And since within the function we have a field, we will use the parentheses. And the name of the field is income. Hold on. I will explain in English again. Okay. Sum is a function. Okay. That's why we have brackets. Remember Excel mein? Good. Did we ever use parentheses in Excel? No, because we didn't have fields in Excel. Okay. For fields, we always use parentheses. It's a new rule that I'm telling you now. Whenever we have to use fields, we will put fields in parentheses. Field का नाम अकेला नहीं आ सकता. It has to be in the parentheses, in the square parentheses, not in the curly parentheses. As you can see. Are you following me? ठीक है? Sure? Okay. You just need to remember this point. It's really important. इतना complicated नहीं है. Just keep in mind. Now, all I do is, whenever you use a text box, you get a label for free. See? उसके साथ label भी आ गया. But when you get a label, you don't get text box for free. Okay? It doesn't mean label is cheaper. Okay? Total income. Now, if I run this, you can see at the very bottom, I have total income appearing. I need to do some adjustments and I need to convert this into currency. I'll do that. I'll just do that again. Exactly. There's too much space as well in between. We'll work that out. Now, how do we right click, properties, and same process again. You change this into currency, 2 decimal places, and currency. मैं इसकी properties में आया हूँ because this was not showing me in currency 2 decimal places. So whenever I have to work with an object, I need to play around with the object's properties. कोई भी object हो. Remember, in Dreamweaver, table की properties आती थी, page की properties आती थी. It's general thing. It's not only for access, for every software, every SDK software development kit. Objects have the properties that you need to change. Is it okay? Sure? Why are you so? Exactly, वही मैं सोच रहा था. वैसे? Okay, you want to rest. Good. Good. I'm just thinking, मैंने कहा something wrong with me. Okay. Okay, right? Now what I will do is, we've done this part. But I'm not done yet because I need to explain one more point. The point is, adjustment is still not perfect. We will work on that. If I do the same process using a label, are you following me? See, I write is equal to sum, and in the parenthesis I write income. What should happen? Should it do the calculation then display me?
No, it will be like that.
Exactly. So did you see what I meant by dynamic and static? Label is static. It cannot do calculations at the back end. It cannot connect to the back end. Text box can. Will you remember this point?
Yes.
Sure, all of you?
Yes.
Very good.
So when I write it,
When you have to write a name which needs to appear at the footer, the company name, anything, वो label use करोगे. Text box calculations के लिए.
और सर वो पेज फुटर और रिपोर्ट फुटर में क्या?
जी मैं आता हूँ. मैं कम दे. ये देखो, ये आपका रिपोर्ट फुटर है, and ये आपका पेज फुटर है. ठीक है? I can display this here as well. Okay? It works. मगर देखो, it works, right? If I put this in the footer, header, it works. But if I put this in the page footer, this is why I was saying so. What happens then? You will see at the bottom. It gives me an error. See, this is why I was emphasizing on a point which said that your text box can be used in 3 places, and I named them. Otherwise, you'll get an error. Header, footer, or detail. Bus. Right? Is it okay?
Yes.
Digested?
Yes.
Good. Continue. Huh? Right. So we're done with this part. Let me just do this part. Okay? And I'll let you go. You're free. I mean free. No, free actually doesn't mean free. Free means you're... Okay. Yes. 44 point. Hurry up, beta. Now produce a report, which means now again from the scratch you make a new report using a new query. इसका ये मतलब नहीं है using the existing query. No, you'll not do that. You need to make a new query, and then you need to make a report.
New queries for all different.
Yes, for all the reports make a new query. Right? Okay, I'll close this. And now I will create a new query.
सर जो यहाँ पे रिपोर्ट डिजाइन होता है वहाँ पे क्या होता है?
जी बेटा?
जो वहाँ पे रिपोर्ट डिजाइन आ रहा है.
सर आपने अभी क्या किया एकदम से डबल क्लिक से?
ये क्या है?
ये if you want to manually customize your report.
ये टाइम में हमें जो टीचर करा रही थी वो यहाँ से चलाती थी तो इतना डिफिकल्ट.
देखो गलत नहीं है वो भी मगर when there's an easy way to do the same job and it's professionally accepted तो you can do it. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा वो गलत है method. No, it's right. आप report विजिट से भी कर सकते हो मगर it depends on the circumstance. When आपको जरूरत नहीं है, your query is ready, everything is right in front of you, directly create a report. The examiner is not asking you to do this and that, so why to go through a complicated process? Are you following me?
Yes.
Okay. Has a page orientation कहाँ होगा ये? Report. Fits on single page. Third point, query. So third point shows only records where the booking holiday was 35. Okay, 35. Okay. And the booking date was between this and this, inclusive. The booking date. अच्छा पहले एक बार date को देखना लें. Let's have a look at it. What they're saying is 1st January 2009 and 31st January 2009. अब प्रॉब्लम ये है मेरे ख्याल से हमारा फॉर्मेट डिफरेंट आ रहा होगा. मैंने कंट्रोल पैनल चेंजेस नहीं की. This is DMY. Let's run ours and see.
सर हमारा DMY भी था.
नहीं बेटा नहीं था हमारा MDY ना क्यों नहीं हुआ मेरे सिस्टम में क्या है नीचे कैन यू सी दिस डाउन हियर दैट्स व्हाई So ये control panel में we need to change it. मगर it's not your issue, don't leave it. We will do it before the exam, okay? ठीक है? बेटा important point है. She's considering good. आपको समझ नहीं आएगी. Okay. So इसका मतलब ये है कि देखो बात सुनो, देखो. You need to look at the records, and by looking at the records उसके मुताबिक you have to put the query. अब ये तो नहीं है कि the examiner has told you it should come in MDY format और आपका आ रहा है DMY format में, so you can use MDY. No, you can't. You have to follow the same as it is in your records. Okay. Anyway, and it doesn't make a difference. It does not make a difference. So what we'll do is we will follow 111 तो सही रहेगा, या हम लिखेंगे 0131 2009. So what we do is we need to find.
यही कहना कि इसलिए MDY है क्योंकि आपके नीचे से MDY है.
जी बेटा हाँ.
तो सर वो हमें स्पेसिफाई करते हैं तो फिर हम क्या करते हैं?
बेटा देखो बात तो क्या है, यहाँ हम हर बार नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि वी हैव टू चेंज इन द कंट्रोल पैनल. वन पेपर यू आर सॉल्विंग उसमें DMY यूज हो रहा है, अगले पेपर में MDY यूज हो रहा है. एवरी डे वी चेंज अकॉर्डिंग टू पेपर, सो वी डोंट डू इट. मगर जब फाइनल पेपर होगा ना उससे पहले वी विल चेंज इट. ओके मिशाजिया ना, वी विल डेफिनेटली चेंज इट. हाँ हम कर देंगे, मगर यू नो रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस के लिए एवरी डे वी कांट डू इट. You following me? This is why I'm just trying to explain you the concept, how to tackle the problem.
So we didn't have to make any changes in there.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. ठीक है? ना करेंसी की, ना डेसिमल प्लेसेस की आपने कुछ नहीं करना. जी बेटा. जी बेटा ये लैब हो गया. Okay. Now what we have to do is there are two ways. Listen, two ways of doing it. You can simply write between 01 2009 and 01 31 2009. Agree? This is one way of doing it. It works. It shows me all the entries only in January, right? The other way is I have to tell you both ways. Greater than and equal to 01 2009 and less than and equal to 01 31 2009. When I click somewhere else, वो जो number sign होते हैं they appear on their own. So you see, so you're not concerned with that. Same answer again. So it's up to you which one you want to use. This is better? Okay, fine. It's up to you. Criteria आपको आना चाहिए. Whatever you use, it's up to you. So we done this part, and the tour is yes. Sorry, and the tour is. नहीं वो जो नंबर साइन है I didn't put them. वो access includes it on its own, like double quotes, like the like thing, वो खुद ही आ जाते हैं. There are some things. Okay, when you will go into A levels, you will need to add like और ये चीजें on your own because you will be working with multiple queries. It will be much more complicated in A levels. Okay. Okay. It's interesting, very interesting. It's challenging. मजा आता करने का. Seriously. No, it's not frustrating. Okay, anyway. Okay. Shows only the field staff date booking number. अब मुझे बताओ staff date booking और बाकी कोई ना है. Booking to ना है. Right. I usually count them 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that there is no confusion. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Sort this data and the fields in full. Sorts data into ascending order of date and descending order of staff. So staff को क्या करना है? Ascending, date को उल्टा तो नहीं कर दिया मैंने? दोनों ही ascending है. Here you go. Right? Heading, mini tours. Right? Save it as mini tours. Like I said before. Done. Has the center mechanic number at the footer. Simply run this. Okay, you have this. Create. नहीं इधर नहीं बैठा सकता. A table cannot have these things. So you go to report, right? And footer में simply you add. इसकी भी जरूरत नहीं. देखो extra count आ रहा है. कई दफा चीजें आ जाती हैं on their own. We don't need this. So simply use a label to add your name over here. Name.
Say ये name अगर मैं report footer में लिखूँ that will also work.
हाँ?
नेम जो है
जी
रिपोर्ट फुटर में लिख दो, वो भी मतलब इसमें हो जाएगा सही।
नहीं, बट यू वांट
लेकिन सर होगा तो सही, बिकॉज वो तो एज
No.
इट इज कॉपी करता है ना।
नहीं, there's a difference. It will appear after every, no, it's different. I'll show you.
सर और वो जो ये तो इसका रिपोर्ट है ना, एक और होती है जिसमें एज इन बॉक्सेस होते हैं, वो और एक शॉर्टकट है ना, वो बहुत लंबा होता है, कॉम्प्लिकेटेड।
ये देखो डिफरेंस क्या आ रहा है। ये दिस इज वन पेज, इफ आई हैव मोर पेजेस हर पेज के नीचे ब्रैकेट के साथ आ रहा है। आई डोंट वांट दिस, आई वांट इट टू अपीयर ओनली वंस। इट्स मच बेटर, you don't have, you have to put it in the names, you have to put them in the export footer. अच्छा,
रिपोर्ट फुटर, पेज फुटर,
sorry okay, done. Can we just do the summary today?
यस
I am trying to finish the syllabus with you till March. अच्छा ठीक है, चलो ठीक है। कल डबल क्लास है ना? Tomorrow we will discuss summary. We will continue from here tomorrow, okay?
क्वेश्चन